Hello everyone, welcome back again. I am here scouting another ranked game between Professor and a player called Chalk. I don't know what his elo is. I'm just gonna cast this game as another ranked game. Professor had sent me this replay and asked me to do it as it was an interesting game. Let's go quickly into the scouting here of both players. Chalk is playing as Britons and Professor is playing as Goths. Professor really scouting very well here. Very good scouting from Professor. Very quick. I think you probably learned it from last game. Whereas Chalk is a bit behind, sort of. Professor has really scouted a long way with that sheep. Interesting. That's not a bad idea, I guess. Sheep are here. Good thing he's not playing against a Vietnamese player because his sheep would be gone if it's that far from the TC. And be wary of some Britain players because they do tend to get into your base early and take away that sheep because they have a sheep bonus, you know. They go through the sheep very quickly, so. Nevertheless, very good scouting from Professor. And he's aware of his surroundings very well now. Let's look at the map quickly. We'll get rid of the fog of war. I'm gonna keep it like that. No, we'll get rid of it. Here we go. The Britain player is going heavy on wood with 5 lumberjacks, but they're really on one side of the lumberjack. This is not good. It should be on the other side, but looks like nerves from Chalk. He's a bit weird on the lumber camp. 6 on wood that early is a bit of an overkill unless you're going for a drush. I can't really tell. That's way too many on wood in my opinion. I know you want to have the eco to go into archers pretty early, but still I think the wood in the beginning more than 4 is a bit too much, I think. Unless you're gonna go straight for a barrack. Maybe he is going for that. Building a mill now, so that means it's not a pre-milled rush. What about Professor here? Yeah, there we go. Most of his villagers are on the boar, and he's taking away a lot of straggler trees to avoid building a lumber camp. I don't know. I mean, he has 7 on food, which is fine. The remainder of his villagers are going on berries. I mean, your eco will be much more efficient if these 4 villagers, instead of taking straggler trees, just went for a lumber camp. You don't have to go to lumber camp that late. You can go after your 6 on sheep. Your 7th can go to the lumber camp, and you can keep 3 on it until you want to. Oh, look at that! This will be tricky. Okay, though, so there's a gap there for the boar to come in. These are gods, so they will kill the boar pretty quickly. I think that's what happened in one of the previous games I casted. Yeah, you see again, he didn't wait long enough for the boar to come in. He kills it so quickly that it's so far from the TC. He's got to wait a bit more, just a bit more. Let the boar come under the TC and then kill it. Now all these villagers are walking away from the berries for some reason. Why? I don't know where these guys are going. They're really running away right now. And the scout is here from Chalk. Does he see these villagers? If was that a misclick? Oh my god. Wow. Incredible. I don't know what happened here with these villagers. I have no idea. These villagers walked all the way here and now they're going back.
Hey, yeah.
I think it was a misclick. I'm pretty sure it was a misclick. Unless he was going for like a forward barrack. When he could actually go for a forward barrack here. Here comes a lumber camp, so maybe they were looking to go for a lumber camp.
Yeah.
One guy is on gold. Where's the second boar? Did you take both the boars? Yeah, he took both the boars. So the Briton player, here comes up on the barrack and has clicked up for feudal.
Bereit.
That's a really forward stone. It's a really forward stone. Does Chalk know about this stone? Okay, he passed through there. Passed through there, so he knows about this stone. He just, I don't know if he would come this way or not. I think he would probably end up going through here, so it's not a bad choice to go for that stone. Alrighty, so second mill from Professor to get this deer. Again, you know, everybody has their own style of playing, but I disagree with spending another 100 wood on mining, on getting this deer. I would maybe make a farm and then have my 3 villagers or 4 villagers take the deer from there and bring it to my TC. I know it's going to be a bit far, but if you're spending 100 wood on this mill, might as well get more out of it and just build a farm or 2 farms in Dark Age, which will give you around what, 125 to 175 food, and then you can just walk up to get the deer. I mean, that's better to do, you know, for fast castle play, in my opinion. I mean, everybody has their own way of doing it, but I feel that maybe that's a better way. So there comes the militia from the Britons. That's a drush, a bit late in my opinion.
Yay.
And splitting them up like
Ready.
that wouldn't help. They have loom, right?
Pace.
Yeah, these villagers have loom. Yeah, so this guy can easily fight this guy here.
Mandatum.
4 attack, 40.
Yeah.
He has 3 attack, but he has +1 armor and +2 pierce armor. So this guy could technically win
Yeah.
against a militia,
Ready.
no? Actually, no. He will lose, but by a very small margin. Two villagers should easily be able to take out this militia. So there's nothing to worry about for Professor. Should be nice and safe. The only thing is that Briton player has seen that he's mining stone, and the Briton player is already in feudal and sending archers forward. That wouldn't be pretty. Let's look at the upgrades on these.
Yay.
4+1 on the range, because they're Briton, so I guess they get +1 range
Ready.
without fletching. So I guess you could delay the fletching.
Mandatum. Yay.
There's a militia sitting right there with a bit of a low HP. Professor is in feudal age now. Straight away he's going for a market and he's going for a blacksmith to go up to castle age. So far, Professor has not been able to create. Oof. Now, oh boy.
Pace.
So these archers will harass these villagers, but I mean, I think they can run away. My opinion, I think the British player should have attacked the gold maybe, or even the stone. He knows there's a stone there he's mining. His militia saw that.
Ready.
Another militia is standing there.
Yay.
And that's interesting. Militia will die, but it'll give some good scouting information to the Britons player, and here he comes. Can he take out some villagers? One down. There's another batch of archers coming in, but Professor is almost halfway through the castle age, and his villagers are just dying. He just lost 3 villagers there. 27 to 33 villager count. Big difference in the score. Idle equals quite a bit for both players actually. But Professor, I don't know what he's doing. Why is he moving out with villagers like that? His villagers is dying. He's like losing villagers left and right for no reason. Look, he's gonna lose this villager as well. What the hell? What is he doing? Like, where did these villagers come from? Oh, stone villagers. What is he trying to do? Going forward to make a castle? Okay, he's going for a castle drop, that's why. He has 694 stone, so he wants to go for a castle drop. So very all-in type of play from Professor again. He wants to put pressure and he wants to create a castle drop. The archers are harassing his wood lines. So there's a defensive castle coming up. And I think all he needs to do is just create some husk rolls and clean up these archers. Chalk is still a bit far away from clicking up castle. He's just going all in archers in feudal age, which I think is a bad idea. But I guess he knows that if he lets the Goths player into castle age, the husk trolls will just take away the game. I think that is about to happen because Professor has a castle. These archers will be rendered useless at this point. Not just due to, oh my god, 3 archers just went down. So husk trolls will probably finish this game, as Professor will have husk trolls out. I think there should be a man-at-arms switch coming in here from the British player, from the Britons player rather. I know you have a bunch of archers, but instead of investing any further in them, I think you should be going for men-at-arms to counter Goths, because you know the Huskers will come out. So either some Scorpions, or not even actually. Men-at-arms would do much better, I think. You know, abandon your strategy on the archers and just go after the Huskers.
Pacer?
So the Huskers has 6 spears armor. Oh, can attack with 6 spears armor. He will just clean up his archers without taking any damage whatsoever. Yeah, 7 archers versus 6 Huskers, but the issue is Huskers are an anti-archer unit and they are pretty quick. So they'll probably just, you know, catch these archers and take them out. The British player, I think, will be thinking it's hopeless, when it's really not. I mean, if you think about it, he has a villager lead, the British player, and he can create a forward siege maybe once he's in castle age, and he can go into yeah, classic mistake of creating stables against an infantry civ. I mean, you will be just overrun with the halberdiers, cheap halberdiers. I think British should go for let's look at their barracks. What do they have? Yeah, Britain have champion, so I think the best play here is champion. There's no point of being I mean, he should have saved his archers as a defensive unit. Maybe keep his archers near the TC to just help. There we go. He's into the castle age.
Yeah.
So the Huskers have now 7 pierce armor. I guess he searched armor on them. Knights are coming out for the British player. But I seriously think he should switch into champs. Town center coming up. Oh wow, the economy is booming behind, as Professor is 41 bills versus 36 for our second TC. Good. Once you have pressure forward, you should booming in the base behind the walls. And interestingly enough, this time Professor did not wall. He's going for a second TC. He's playing pretty aggressive here. The Britons player is going for second TC as well. Chalk. With some knights to defend himself against the Huskers. But this should be easy for Professor to switch into halberdiers and just counter. Only thing is he won't have the mobility of the knights, but you know the knights can't really attack you in your hometown. They could probably actually harass you. Let's see if the Briton player goes forward. Looks like he is. That's the right move. Like I say, once you have this military, there's no point of sitting around with this military. Just send it forward, do something with it.
Bereitet.
So here, Chalk has another ZC coming up. Now he's booming up as well. So the build count is pretty much the same. Both players are really going after their economy. There you go, pikeman coming up for Professor. Like I said, he would probably tech into that right away as he sees the knights. But it all depends now how much the Briton player will tech into knights. Should he play knights into something else, or should he play champions? I think he should tech into champions. I think if he creates champions and he has archers to back them up, maybe that'll change the game. Knights is also not a bad play. It's just that knights and archers would be too expensive, I think. I think champions and archers are more affordable if you want to go for double gold unit against Goths, because Goths can come up with Huskrulls and then halberdiers, or they can come up with champions and halberdiers depending on what the Britons players will go for. Some villagers are coming forward here now. Looks like a castle drop is coming. That's a good play from Briton player. Nice. As Professor starts building another barracks. So this castle will secure this gold here for the Britons player, but I don't think they should bother Professor that much. He has cheap military, cheap infantry, so this gold will serve the purpose in Castle Age, I believe. Is there any other gold nearby? Interestingly, there is not much gold here. Okay, there's some gold here too. Okay, yeah. So I don't think Professor will be worried about losing out on this gold. But look at this. Wow, when did the siege workshop come up? I didn't see that. Scorpions come here, mangonels are here, another siege workshop is here, and Professor has to leave his wood line. He has to probably go somewhere else. And mangonels are start gonna hit. Mangonels and scorpions. Interesting, very interesting play from Chalk. I think it counters the infantry pretty well. Another TC is coming up on the gold. So this is an incredible play from Chalk. It's really gonna go after Professor here. 67 to 60 wills, so he's a bit ahead in the eco as well, but he has a larger army and he has a lot of siege here. So what is Professor going to do here? What is the player for Professor? Pikes alone could do this job. He could alone probably kill this whole army. All he needs is to mass them. Maybe Huskarls will go after the Scorpions because of their pierce armor is much higher, so they might be able to take out the Scorpions a bit better.
Yeah.
So there you go, the Meganus have started to harass. They're looking for a fight, and Professor is looking to give it to them. There you go. And a lot of pikes have gone down here. They have the armor. Yeah, pike has the armor. So all the siege is down. There's another castle drop coming, but this is a random castle drop. I mean, this is not gonna achieve anything. Maybe the Briton player should have dropped it here somewhere. Yeah, here somewhere would have been better, I think. And the Briton player is almost in Imperial. Very interesting. I don't see how Professor came back from this position, but if he did, that's an incredible comeback. All right. Let's see here. Not much military from the Briton player, but a lot of castle drops and outposts and such shenanigans. Monastery coming up now. I mean, this guy's building everything. Another castle coming up. Very interesting. But again, this castle is not really achieving anything. It's not really achieving anything. These two castles were just useless. Why would you make them here? You should be making them here, maybe to range this gold or this TC, and the third one maybe, yeah, the third one maybe could come here, but I mean, there's a lot of Huskarls, a lot of fights. I'm gonna just take out anything else. The castle will go up. It's like Chalk will lose all of his military, but he has two castles. Professor will walk away from this because I don't think he can take down two castles here. They both range each other, I think. So Professor will have to move back. But that's the thing. I mean, one of these castles should have been easily here somewhere. And once he made that castle, it should have been easily be able to trap down pretty much all of base of Professor. So another TC built on the wood line on the side. Good move from Professor. But this is a very tough map for Professor if you think about it. Yes, he has a couple of here, like on the side and in the back. overall, I think it's a tough map for Professor because look at Britons. He has 3 neutral goals right next to his base, right in front of it, and then another one here. Whereas Professor has only 3, and one of them is forward. A couple monks out here, and Huskers are moving in. 4 rams are coming in. Knights are coming in. Everything is. That's a good move from Professor. Go after this castle and these 2 villas get ranged from each other this time. Still lose a lot of military here. Nice, but you win up a lot as well. So this castle should go down. And I don't think the Briton player have any answer to that, except for the fact that he could trap down this castle and stop the production of the explosives. And once he could do that, he could probably go back to archers. That depends. If Professor already researched, I don't think he did because otherwise he was using Huskers from his barracks. Very interesting game. Professor should be going after these mangonels instead of going after those. Wow. Mangonels coming out. Very interesting game. Explosives are here. Moves on his rams. But at the same time, he's killing his villagers as well. 92 to 63, so way ahead John found and going after the Cavalier upgrade. So one thing is for sure that Professor has forced the Briton player away from the archers and go into Cavalier to counter. Problem with that is the Professor has the Halberdiers to counter that, so Chalk is way ahead in his bill count, in his score, and now there's another castle coming up for Chalk, or more of a defensive, offensive castle, whatever you call it. Professor will go ahead and take down this castle. Rams. Putting a lot of investment into rams there, Professor. And he's floating a lot of wood, so he needs to work on his eco-balancing a bit. Well, he just takes some off here and put them on the food. 3 trebs are out. I think he's gonna lose all his trebs. Yeah, he's gonna lose all of his trebs. That will be a sad and very expensive unit. I should have used these trebs much longer. Oh. Yeah, this is exactly what he needed to do much earlier. Take down that castle so Professor can't make any hospitals and he can switch back into his archers. But now he's gonna lose this castle. He lost his mangonels, his traps. Stone walls coming up from the Briton player. Desperate stone walls, I must add. Don't have much to work with right now. Good comeback from Professor. Very well played, very well defended. And I believe he's housed, yeah, he's housed, sort of. Building any houses, I think he's ignored that. Not really looking to build any houses at the moment. He'll probably need to move forward. Okay, yeah, that's a good call. He has to move forward. There's a forward castle. Move away from there. You can easily go into the eco of the Briton player. There's a second castle coming up. Again, I think this positioning is awkward. Maybe this castle should be here somewhere. Defend the gold, the farming eco. A lot of villagers lost here for Chalk. Yeah, he's losing villages left and right here. Bikes and the Huskarls doing the job. Rams coming in, taking down this castle. And Chalk calls a GG. Wow, what a game! What a game! And Chalk was ahead in score still, but well played by Professor to make a comeback. And my point being that I made in the previous game is that when Professor was forward with his Huskarls earlier, he kept booming. He didn't stay on one TC. He went for the second and the third TC, and that's what created a difference. That's why he was able to create these rams. That's why he was able to fight back and bring down those castles. If he had no eco, if he stayed on one TC, I don't think this would be possible. So well played, Professor. It was good to see that he actually went into a boom, and he not an entire boom, but at least he kept his eco going. He didn't ignore it. So that makes a big difference when you're playing late into Castle Age. As for Chalk, as a Briton player, I think yes, the Goth player is a good counter because your archers will probably die to Huskarl, and going into knights was not a bad idea. Um, but I think champion would have been a better idea, maybe champion or man at arms or long swordsman, whatever you want to call it. I think would be a better idea, and the reason for that is because yours uh, will be probably better equipped. Won't be cheaper, but they'll be probably better equipped to fight against the Goths. Um, the Goths have cheaper, but I think they are slightly weaker. So I think they're missing. I think they missed one of the attack upgrades or something like that. I'm not sure, but they are. I think Britain champions, and because you're playing siege and you're playing knights, so if you go man at arms, um, or champions in the front, and you keep with archers and behind it, you can easily counter Goths. I think if champions come from Goths, then you can counter it with Arbalest. If Huskarls come, you can counter it with your champion. So 2 gold units, I think, should have been playing, or you could go simply champion and scorpion. I think that could work too, or scorpion and scouts. So regardless, as a Britain player, I think it was a very good attack from him. 3 dropped castles. Just one of them, I think, should have been on this side, but
Bereite.
regardless, he dropped 3 castles on Professor, and Professor defended. So I think that was a very good play from both players, except for I think the Britain player could have done a bit better in castle dropping. His eco was better. I personally think that Professor he played much better this game to defend and to counterattack. That's why the Britain player lost. I think Britain player could have won this game easily, but it was a very well played game from Professor. He defended well and he counterattacked when he had to counterattack. If he waited here and he said, "Okay, now I've cleared these castles, I'll wait and I'll boom and this and that," he would have lost the game because the Britain player was way ahead. He was miles ahead of him in economy. So the best call he made in this game was to counterattack straight away and not hold his rams and his army behind. He went straight in, took down these castles, and the Britain player had no answer. He had no military at that time. So well played. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Until next time, thank you.